Hi, boys and girls. So today you are going to continue to solve word problems where you have to decide if it is multiplication or division. I'm also throwing another challenge in there for you because you are also going to solve word problems that involve more than one step, which we call multi-step word problems. So let's do one together, and then you will complete a Google form in classwork today in our Google Classroom where you need to do more than one operation to get your answer, or more than one step. So this word problem says there are 56 apples in a bag. Jenna bought 4 bags of apples. Her friend Aiden ate 16 apples so far. How many apples are left? And it's hard to tell that there is a period there. So wow, boys and girls, this is a lot of numbers, a lot of words. So let's start by breaking down what we know, or underlining what we know. So the first thing that we know is that there are 56 apples in a bag. The second thing we know is that Jenna bought 4 bags. So we can draw a picture really quick just to help us visualize that. So if there's 4 bags, and there's 56 apples in a bag, our picture would look like that. So a lot of you are probably thinking already that one of the steps or operations that we need to use to get our answer is multiplication. So something else we know, her friend Aiden ate 16 apples so far. So if we're eating the apples, that means that they're not there. So 16 out of our total apples are gone because Aiden ate them. And our question is, how many apples are left? So again, wow, that's a lot of words and a lot of math that we need to think about. So I already alluded to the fact that we are going to have to multiply first, because in order to find out how many apples we have left after Aiden ate 16, we have to know how many apples Jenna had to begin with. So here's what we know so far. There are 56 apples in a bag, and Jenna bought 4 bags. So that is going to look like 56 times 4. And I can use the area model. And I'm going to put my board up high so you guys can see. And again, this is a lot of work. We need the whole board to show all of our steps. So step 1 is we multiply to find out how many apples Jenna has. And I'll use the area model. So this is also a good review of the area model. So I have one long rectangle because it's only 2-digit by 4-digit. So I'll write 4 on the side. And then I'm going to break apart 56 across the top into a 50 and a 6. And hopefully that makes sense to you guys after all the 10-minute math you did, not last week, but the week before, where you were breaking apart numbers, because we really need to know this in order for the area model to work for us. So I broke apart the 56 into a 50 and a 6, and then I write my equations. 4 times 50, and then 4 times 6. I know 4 times 5 is 20, and then I add the 0, and then 4 times 6 is 24. And the last step of the area model is to add our products. Our products are 200 plus 24. And then I'll use the algorithm to add, starting in my ones. 0 plus 4 is 4. 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 plus nothing is 2. So that tells us that Jenna has 224 apples. But we still haven't answered our question, which is how many apples are left. So remember, in our problem, we underline the 8 and 8, 16, which means 16 apples are no longer in Jenna's possession. So if I need to figure out how many are left, that's a signal word or a clue word that we need to subtract, which means step 2, and I'll use a different color to show you that this is the second step in our multi-step problem. We are going to do 224 minus 16. And again, we're doing that because Jenna has 224 apples and 8 and 8, 16. So using the algorithm, I can't subtract 6 from 4, so I'm going to borrow from the 2. That becomes a 1. And then I carry the extra 10 over to my ones. Now we have 14 minus 6. So we can put 6 on our head and count up to 14. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 is 8. And then 1 minus 1 is 0. And then 2 minus nothing is 2. So our answer to the question in the word problem, how many apples are left, is 208 apples. And then I'll circle that. Okay. Now, in your Google Forms this week, there's probably going to be issues with the technology because some of you might write as your label 208 apples are left, or some of you might just write 208 and forget a label. Some of you might write 208 apples. So what I'm trying to say is that your Google form may mark you as incorrect because of the way you label your answer. But do not worry. I will go in and check all your forms myself. If I see that your answer was correct and I think that you knew what you were doing, you were just marked wrong because of a label, I will give you the point. So don't worry about that. I always check all of them. And good luck and try your hardest today. And I will see you tomorrow.
Okay, fine, I did.